Hello and welcome to another episode on the JB Wargamer 87 YouTube channel. It is 1000 points match play incursion mission, and the mission is Crossfire. It is the fall of Cadian. The 18th Cadian army group versus the Deathguard. It is the continuation of the fall of Cadian. As you can see here, the presence of Nurgle is quite visible, especially in the centre here. And of course, befitting the scenario, Nurgle has consumed this section of the beloved fortress world of Cadian. So as you can see here, the Deathguard in the previous mission have broken through the defensive frontal fortifications and have gone to the supply depots of the Astra Militarum. The Astra Militarum, with what remnants are left, are sending in their crack troops against the Deathguard to repulse the attack. Right, this is the 1000 points of Astra Militarum. There is literally 7 units here. So I've done this a little bit differently, the way I organise the patrons. So all of these that are present on the battlefield here that are represented as characters, they are tier 3 plus members. But I didn't want to leave out any of the tier 1 and 2 members. So what I'm going to do to easily resolve that, they will get a free dice roll just for their courtesy and supporting on the channel. So I'm going to give their names a shout out right now. So we have Zach Butler, Jacques Boulet, and then we have David Iverson, Jesse Patton, Ben Wyden, Gareth Alexander, Anthony Leach, and Harrison Leach. Thank you guys for your support. And of course, everyone here that is supporting at tier 3 members, tier 3 plus members on the Patreon page. And furthermore, of course, the tier 7 plus members that are representing the Ultramarines faction, they will get their free dice roll as well. So these guys here, the Guard, that are tier 2 and 1 members, they'll get the small dice, whereas the Ultramarines, they'll get their large dice, they're tier 7 plus members. So the tier 7 plus members are Winston Adkins, Darren Gardner, Thomas Moore, Dean Lighton, CJ Velasco and Marcus Thrays. Thank you guys for your support there. So starting off with the commander leading this section is Captain Tyler Griselli. Tyler Griselli is equipped with a power sword and a plasma pistol. Now the warlord trait I've given him is from the expansion book of the Warzone Octarius for the Cadian supplement. And he's going to have the warlord trait number 3, which is Mind Like a Fortress. So it's quite useful against psychers. So basically, friendly units within 6 inches of the warlord ignores damages of mortal wounds on a 5+, and that includes himself, which is quite handy there as well. And the relic that I've given him is I'm giving him Decker's Auto Vox Servo Skull. So basically how that works, he can issue orders instead of 6 inches, he can issue orders at 12 inches, and furthermore, if he's within 3 inches of a Voxcaster, the Voxcaster model can issue an order radio transmission up to 72 inches instead of 18, which is very, very handy when it comes to orders being issued. So I've done that as the unique relic. So that's the captain there, Tyler Griselli. The battlefield doctrine for Cadians, of course, is they get to reroll 1s in the shooting phase if they remain stationary, and furthermore, if the commander issues the take aim order, if that unit has remained stationary, it's reroll failed hit rolls in the shooting phase. So we have 2 veteran squads debuting on the regular channel for the first time. I've already got a kill team squad painted. I've got 3 more squads that are almost finished. So all the patrons that are tier 3 plus are pretty much mixed within these squads. So we have leading this squad here, we have Sergeant Chris Comiskey, and then Specialist Guardsman Samuel Rice, And then we have Shay Strait, Specialist Guardsman, and then we have Ray Cross as Specialist Guardsman, and George Whittle as Specialist Guardsman. They have got melter guns, and these are 5 anonymous Guardsmen first class. Those are tier 3, so if you want to fill in the gaps for these anonymous Guardsmen, please head over to patreon.com/JBWargamer87. Really appreciate your support for those that contribute towards the channel. And for those that do, it helps support the channel and get your name shouted out. If you're a fellow fan of the Cadian faction or just want to generally support the channel, be incredibly grateful for that. So, we have transporting this veteran squad, we have James Ashfield's Chimera. Bulk standard Chimera. The classic 1990s mould, the Chimera there. Equipped with a multi-laser and a hull-mounted heavy bolter. Exactly the same here with Devin Matthews's Chimera as well. Now, for this veteran squad here, we have Joseph Darling, who's in command here today. And then we have Drew Gunners, a Specialist Guardsman, the Voxcaster. We have Patrick Darling, who's representing a Specialist Guardsman today with a plasma gun. Peter Nastro with his plasma gun. And then Luke Zwingel with his plasma gun as well. And Donald Hammer is representing as Guardsman First Class. And then we have 3 Leman Russ Demolishers. All of them are equipped with the Demolisher cannons. So with this one here, which is Marshall Cummings' Leman Russ, it's equipped with sponson heavy bolters and of course a hull-mounted las cannon. And then we have Maxfield Knuckles' Leman Russ Demolisher. It's equipped with sponson multi-melters. And then Winston Adkins' Leman Russ Demolisher is equipped with sponson plasma guns. Just to clarify also that the Leman Russes, as they are part of a spearhead detachment, they will gain objective secured. So it's quite useful, tactically speaking, in this vital mission. It's a pretty straightforward list. It's about 1995, it's 995. I'm so used to the 2,000 points structure of how to play games, but we're going to do a 1,000 point mission here. Pretty straightforward, keeping it to the narrative, of course, which is the theme of the channel. So that's the 995 points of the Astra Militarum. Those are literally, those are blades. I had the spare points, so I may as well give them that upgrade, which basically is +1 to hit when charging in close combat, which is those are blades there. So that's there is the 1,000 points detachment to be sent against the Deathguard threat. Cadia stands, and for the Emperor. That's the force for the Astra Militarum. We're going to check out the Deathguard next. Right, this is the 1,000 points of Deathguard. Are you excited for this game?
Always excited.
As always, Deathguard like a bit of rotting, don't they? So, yes, this is the force that has broken through into the munitions compound, and the Deathguard, in their relentless assault, have broken through the defences of the planet of Cadia. So, this is the force that has been sent. Dan is going to tell us what he's got. Welcome, Dan, once again.
Thank you.
With your Deathguard, please tell us about your filthy abomination that you have.
Okay, so I've got 999 points of Deathguard.
4 points.
The Warlord is my Malignant Playcaster over here,
yes,
whose Warlord trait is Revoltingly Resilient, or 5 up, Feel No Pain. And I've just gone for a basic relic, so I've given him the Suppurating Plate, so it has a 2 up armor save, just for ease of use.
Okay.
I've got Typhus as well in there, but he's not the Warlord this time. It's just because I don't ever remember the Warlord rules for him, so easy not to make him Warlord. And then
had a bit of an argument.
Yeah,
they do actually, don't they?
He's an upstart anyway, really. Yeah. I think he's known for it. So my troop choices are a 20-man Poxwalker squad and a 19-man Poxwalker squad. I've gone up in points a little bit, so I've just trim one out just to make the 1,000 points. A 5-man squad of Plague Marines.
Classic Plague Marines.
Champions WYSIWYG with a Power Fist and a Plague Sword, no plasma gun, just a bolt gun. So that's my troops. My elites are a 3-man Death Shroud squad, just the basic loadout for them. Champions got 2 Plague Spurt gauntlets. They don't have the chimes, so they've just got the normal aura range for their minus toughness. Another elite, I haven't used him for a long time, this gentleman over here, with all of the baubles on his back. So he is, I can't remember what he is, but he can give an ability to a unit, so when they're in combat, in the command phase, in the fight or charge phase, he can buff a unit. And when they roll into wound with their plague weapons, 6s are mortal wounds in addition.
Nice. Okay.
So he's a little buffer. And then I've got 1 heavy, and that's the you can't leave home without it really. You've always got to take at least 1.
No. Can that is that like a mortar? So
he's got the mortar on top, which will ignore line of sight, and then he's got the 2 side cannons, which are strength 8, -4 AP.
-4.
Yeah, D3 plus 3 damage, so minimum of 4 damage each when it hits. And then a little gun on the side of it as well. So yeah, that's.
And your Legion trait.
So we are the Harbingers, which means that we don't really have anything special. I've got a special stratagem that I can use on my Poxwalkers. So when they're in combat, I can pop that for 1 CP, and 6s to hit, generate mortal wounds. I think.
I just touch stuff and it just rots.
Oh no, I can re-roll all their hit rolls. So I've got a combo where I can use Mutant Strain to give me 6s of mortal wounds, and then I can play that as well to get me re-roll all their to hit rolls, so I can farm quite a lot of mortal wounds. So they're quite strong for me.
So Deathguard is -1 damage, isn't it?
-1 damage on on all of the vehicles and the normal guys. Poxwalkers don't have -1 damage. And then we've got a -1 toughness aura as well. So
so it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, bigger and bigger. Turn 1 inch, turn 2 3 inches, so on and so forth. And that's us. So I've got two psychers in the army. Their psychic abilities are the Malignant Plague Caster has got Miasma of Pestilence for a -1 to hit buff to a unit, and Putrescent Vitality, which is a +1 strength, +1 toughness buff, and then Typhus has got Miasma of Pestilence as well, just as a backup of that, and he's got Curse of the Leper. So he can do some mortal wounds when he beats toughness.
Brilliant. Okay. So that there is the Deathguard force that has been sent to break through into this Imperial compound.
These guys were once upon a time Cadians.
They were.
They're dancing to the beat of Papa Nurgle's drum.
I will be using my anti-chaos stratagems, which is called. So Vengeance for Cadia has been activated. You have been warned. Cadia will stand. So the mission today we're playing is Eternal War Incursion Crossfire. So the mission briefing. Enemy forces are massing in the area, seeking to secure the battlefield. A direct assault against them may result in unacceptable casualties, but victory can be assured by outflanking the foe and catching them in a deadly crossfire. So, mission rules. Crossfire. Resolve an attack against units that are within 9 inches of the centre of the battlefield. Those attacks ignore the benefits of cover, provided you can satisfy at least one of the following conditions. You control both objective markers labelled A, and attacking models units is in range of an objective marker labelled A. You can control both objective markers labelled B, and attacking models unit is in range of an objective marker labelled B. Primary objectives. Victory conditions are awarded to the controlling objective markers as follows. At the end of each player's command phase, the players whose turn it is scores 5 victory points. For each of the following conditions, they satisfy for a maximum of 15 victory points. Point 1, they control 1 or more objective markers. Point 2, they control 2 or more objective markers. Point 3, they control more objectives than their opponent controls. And this primary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. Now, secondary objectives, which we will both play. So for both sides, just to keep it to the scenario and narrative. In this mission, when players are selecting their secondary objectives, they can, if they wish, choose for one of them to be outflank below. Outflank progressive. At the end of each of your command phases, you score 3 victory points if you control both the objective markers labelled A. Score 5 victory points instead at the end of the command phase if you control both the objective markers labelled A. There is at least one enemy unit within 9 of the centre of the battlefield. This secondary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. So this here is what the map looks like. So over here in the centre is going to be absolutely deadly. So it's going to be a nightmare for both factions because there will be no cover. There is no mercy. No quarter is given for both factions. Yeah, literally in the middle there's a repulsive, nurgling, chaotic filth that has been trying to break through in this complex here. So that's the scenario, and we're going to go straight on to deployment and clarification of terrain and objectives. Right, we've deployed the objectives, clarification of the terrain, and where the units will be deployed. We've done, first of all, off camera, who has chosen which deployment zone. The Deathguard won that role, and they've decided to deploy over here, whereas the Astra Militarum will be deployed here. These are labelled A objectives, and these are labelled B objectives. Those two there. So we have an objective here, an objective there, an objective here, and an objective there. Over in the centre, 9 inches, so that's crossfire. So units obviously will not receive the benefit of cover if your enemy unit is within that centre ground. It is deadly as to what is happening over here. So next up now is clarification of terrain. So these two buildings here, they will count as Adeptus Mechanicus terrain, so it'll be -1 to the hit rolls, as well as +1 to the cover saves as well. These are just intact buildings, so on the top here, this is not an exposed position because obviously this here represents as cover. So you get cover, cover. This is an exposed position on top of the ladders there. Next up is here, that's exposed position on the top, but line of sight blocking terrain. Minotaurum containers there, and we have Minotaurum containers over here. Exposed position on the top section there, and then line of sight blocking in that facility there. The pipelines here, these will count as nothing. However, these, you'll get +1 to your cover saves, but if you roll a 1, it's a mortal wound if you're on the opposite side there. So it represents the vents leaking and gas killing the poor people or Xenos or chaotic filth that is hiding behind those pipelines there. So that's the clarification of terrain. In the next segment we are going to do the deployment next. Right, the deployment is complete. We'll start off with the Astra Militarum here. So we have a veteran squad over here that's inside the Chimera. We have 3 Leman Russ Demolishers in the centre, and then we have the Chimera flanking on the Cadians' right-hand side, with the commander inside the transport, whereas the Chimera has a transport capacity of 12 infantry models. So pretty easy, really, for the deployment. And we're going to go for now what the Deathguard are up to. So Dan, how have you deployed your forces?
The Poxwalkers in the middle, just because they're going to just charge across the battlefield. My Plague Marines are sort of hidden a little bit towards the side, but can't really hide that well here. They're not too bad. And then I've got the tanks sitting at the back behind the Mechanicus terrain, giving it the -1 to hit on it.
Yes, very handy.
And then Typhus and Death Shroud are in the teleport chamber.
Coming out from the wall.
They'll come in on turn 2
Okay.
to get on the battlefield somewhere because they're so slow.
Yeah.
There's no point just trudging them across the battlefield.
Yeah, let's just look at it from this perspective here. So even with a 1,000-point game, an incursion mission like this, especially from a narrative perspective, you can still have a lot of fun. So that is the whole point of this channel, is to unlock all the missions, regardless of how big and how small the missions will be in this edition of Warhammer 40k. So we have done the deployment. So we're going to take off the dice in the next segment and we're going to roll to see the initiative. Right, it's initiative time. I do have the golden holocron of destiny, and I don't want the dice to be forever lost in that filthy Nurgle thing that's inside there. By the way, this battle mat here has been given to us by one of our sponsors, which is Gammat.eu. Thank you guys so much for sending us this incredible battle mat to befit the narrative of this scenario. So here we go. The golden holocron says a 3. A 4.
We needed that.
Okay, I bet you did. So you have no choice. You have to go first. The dice has decided it. So we're going to go on to a new battle round. It is battle round 1, turn 1, for the forces of Nurgle. So Deathguard turn 1, battle round 1, command phase, 9 CPs back up to 10. That is a new battle round for the Deathguard. That's the end of the command phase, going to go straight on to now the relentless march of the Deathguard, movement phase turn 1. Movement phase complete for the Deathguard on turn 1. It looks as though they've moved forward here. Poxwalkers have advanced. So is the second unit here. This Plague Marine
They
unit
advance,
there.
everything just advanced forward.
Yep. Okay, so they're being aggressive here, trying to secure this compound here, whilst the Astra Militarum are desperately trying to gain every inch of ground on this
plague
planet.
burst crawler just moved a bit closer to be within 36 inches of the lead tank.
The lead
there,
tank,
while
so that's
still being in the admech terrain for the -1.
Righty ho. So that's the end there for the movement phase. Psychic phase.
Okay, so we're going
What's
to put minus mirror pestilence on this squad here for the -1 to hit. So that will go off on a 6.
That's a 5.
Which fails. So what I will do is I'll CP re-roll that.
Spend a command point.
Yep, spend the command point.
That's a perils, and you cannot command re-roll that. So it's going to suffer D3 mortal wounds.
Okay, so I take 1 and I have a 5 up, feel no pain.
5 up, feel no pain.
His Warlord trait, so let's try and...
No.
So he takes 1.
Takes a wound, okay. But its miasma pestilence has gone off.
Yep, so I'll do the wound in a little bit once I get
Psychic power.
and I'm going to put +1 strength, +1 toughness on these guys, because that'll bring them up to toughness 6, will make those heavy bolters just a little bit harder for you to wound them.
Yep. And that goes off on a 6.
No, it needs a 7.
Needs a 7?
So it doesn't go off.
Oh dear, okay.
Not very good.
Not a good psychic phase there for the Deathguard. So the Aurora now for the aura for the toxic, what's it called? it gets bigger and bigger, the bubble?
It's 1 inch at the moment.
1 inch at the moment.
Yeah, 3 inches at the next.
3 inches in the next. Okay.
So you've got a little while to worry.
Yeah.
So I've only got a little bit of shooting to do. So
it's like they're doing a massive fart, and like the smell is
cloud.
just getting the expanse across the battlefield.
It is exactly what GW thought when they
created
that rule.
I can well imagine. So end of the psychic phase.
Yeah,
it looks like.
That's
so
it.
shooting.
Shooting. So we'll do all of its guns onto the lead tank here.
The lead tank. That's Winston Adkins's Leman Russ.
Toughness 8 are they now?
Leman Russes have always been toughness 8, but they are now a 2+ armour save.
Okay, so how many wounds do they have?
Each Leman Russ has 12 wounds.
Okay, so I'm going to pop, because I want it to die, so I'm going to pop Disgusting Force for 1 CP, so the mortar is going to be increased to 3 damage instead of 2 damage.
Yeah, so if you place the card for the viewers to see.
So let's place it over here, do it in the middle, just so it's easier.
Okay, that's the card he's playing, Disgusting Force. So a flat damage characteristic of 3.
Yeah. Rather than 2.
And on a 4+ suffers a mortal wound on top
so
as well.
Might do a little bit of damage to the guys next to him. So we will do the side guns first of all.
Yep.
So hitting on freeze.
Hitting on freeze.
2 hits.
2 hits. Their ballistic skill 3+ now.
Strength 8, toughness 8. So wounded on 4s, re-rolling 1s because it's a plague weapon.
Yeah. 1 has got through.
I'm going to CP re-roll
that. It's a new phase. Yes. It goes through.
So,
and that is AP -4. I do get 2 saves of 6+. I'm going to call upon patrons here.
Correct.
Calling upon 2 patrons, Thomas Moore and Darren Gardner. Okay, this is Darren Gardner's dice roll on a roll of 6 because Leman Russes have a 2+ save now. No. And I'm going to spend another dice roll. This is for Thomas Moore. For the Emperor. Moment of glory. No!
You get a CP reroll? It's 3 plus D3 damage.
3 plus D3 damage. Yeah, I'm going to have to spend it. So, right. Now, the command dice roll. Come on for the Emperor. No! Okay.
So, D3 plus 3 damage. So, that's 3 plus... so that is 6 and plus 4, so that's 10 damage.
10 damage, down to 2 wounds remaining on that Leman Russ. It is severely damaged. Oh dear.
So, D6 shots for the mortar.
The mortar, here we go. 3, below average.
Hitting on freeze.
It's all hit. Strength is 8, force to wound. Oh no.
2 wounds, AP -2, so they're 4 ups.
Okay, 4 up saves. I'm going to call upon more patrons to save
they're 3
this
damage
tank.
each.
Ouch, this is going to hurt. Right, I'm going to call upon Zach Butler and David Iverson, those that are guard patrons. So I'm going to do Zach Butler. I need a 4+. Yes, thank you, Zach. And now a 4+. Come on, David. You're a white shield in the 18th Cadian Army Group. No! And I've spent my CP reroll. It's a flat 3 damage. Does the vehicle explode? I will take responsibility for this dice. I'm going to change the colour dice to see if it does explode. It does not explode. Oh, that's... Who is that? That is Winston Adkins. I am so sorry, Winston.
Sorry, Winston.
Your plasma sponsons were not involved in this battlefield, unfortunately. But thank you, comrade, nonetheless, for your faithful support on the channel. Right, within 6 inches of that target, because of the stratagem that you played, on a 4+, models within 6 inches suffer a mortal
it's
wound.
3 inches, but
3 inches.
They were in 3.
They were within 3, yeah.
This one, 4 up.
4 up. Doesn't have a mortal wound, and this one does take a mortal wound. Ouch, that was Marshal Cummings' tank. Right, that's the end of the shooting phase. Assault?
Nothing, everything advanced.
Morale?
No charge.
Morale is fine for the guard, even though they lost their tank. So 1 Leman Russ down, 2 to go in this squadron here. That is the end of the turn for the Deathguard on turn 1.
Yep.
And we're going to go on to a new turn for the Astra Militarum. It is turn 1 for the Astra Militarum. So 8 CP, back up to 9. Right, end of the movement phase, the Astra Militarum on turn 1. Quite desperate here. We have to be aggressive in order to push back the Deathguard here. Unfortunately, none of the primary weapons from the Legion Rust Demolishers are in range of the Plague Crawler over there. So the las cannons, however, are in range, which is good news, but their primary weapon will not be. So we're going to have to try and destroy some key targets here. So the veterans have disembarked, 9 inches there, and the company commander has disembarked as well. That is Captain Tyler Griselli, who has come out and has given the order to bring them down as best aiming as possible over there. And then we've moved this Legion Rust that was over here, within 3 inches still of this objective, has moved over there, and as fast as it could. And then over here, it moved 10 inches, but still it's out of range of its primary weapon. So probably have to select the target, which is over there, which is the Plague Marines over there. But the heavy bolters and that would probably do some damage against the Poxwalkers, because they don't have disgustingly resilient. So they do have an ability to ignore damage, but 2 dice at a time is quite hard to save those pesky Poxwalkers.
And any of your weapons blast?
Yes, that's blast. That's blast. Yeah. The so multi-melters and heavy bolters are not. Okay. So the Chimera, unfortunately, is out of 3 inches. Couldn't quite make it within that objective over there, which is a shame. But we really want to do as much firepower as possible. So that concludes the movement phase for the Astra Militarum. We're going to go straight on to orders. We're going on to the shooting phase now. Right, so we've issued the order. First rank fire, second rank fire from the company commander. I can only issue 1 order per unit, as clarified in the Astra Militarum Codex. Hopefully they will fix it so that you can buff up the orders here for the Astra Militarum. Right, starting off with Maxfield Knuckles' Leman Russ battle tank. He's seen his comrade dying. That poor tank that has been wrecked by that vehicle. Should have got the smoke, but everything's smoking around us. It is the fall of Cadian after all. So I've selected my target. I'm going to fire the primary weapon into this unit of Poxwalkers, making the most of the blast ability. And furthermore, we're going to fire the 2 multi-melters into the Plague Marines, and the las cannon is going to shoot into your Plague Crawler over there. I'm going to play a stratagem here for 1 command point. I mean, this is broke. I mean, 1 CP to do this. Use this stratagem when you select one of your Astra Militarum units with a shooting fire, which is this one here, and fire Overwatch as well. Reroll failed hit and wound rolls for models in that unit that target Chaos units until the end of the phase. So I will activate that stratagem there. Vengeance for Cadian. Also spending another CP from the Obscurus expansion pack, which is fire and reload. So any hit rolls of a 6 causes an additional hit with the blast weapon, and furthermore, they cannot set to defend and Overwatch. It'll be quite handy there. 2d6 shots. This is against the Poxwalkers.
Max shots.
Max shots, yes, because more than 10 models. Yeah. So that is 12 shots coming in hot. Hitting on 4s, but I re-roll failed hit rolls because of the stratagem. That's a good job as well. This is a Demolisher tank. And so there's a few. Yep. Now your toughness is 4, strength 10. We're only on 2s and re-rolling failed wound rolls. They've all wounded. That's AP -3.
All go through.
D6 damage a time. Yeah. So the first model receives 4 damage. It's not disgustingly resilient.
Dead.
Dead. Next one. 5 damage.
Dead.
That's dead. Next one. It's 5 damage again.
Try to kill. Dead.
Dead. Next one. That's a 1.
Could be survive.
Could survive.
No.
Nope. Next one. is 2.
Dead.
Dead. And next one is 3.
Dead.
Dead. Next one is 6. It's been absolutely splattered. And the last one is 2.
Double sixes.
Double sixes. No. Okay.
How many did I
So
lose?
you've lost 8. 8 Poxwalkers have been splattered by that Demolisher shell. Spent another 2 command points. I think it's quite a critical target that we destroy this Poxwalker unit here. Overlapping fields of fire. So use this stratagem after a Cadian unit from your army has inflicted an unsaved wound on an enemy unit. In the shooting phase, you can add 1 to the hit rolls for any other Cadian units from your army that target the same enemy unit this phase. So these veterans will be hitting on 2s because they're ballistic skill 3+. Oh dear. The multi-melters into the Plague Marines, hitting on 4s, re-rolling because of the stratagem. Re-rolling. Only 3 have hit their mark. Strength is 8.
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5.
Wounded on freeze.
Wounding on freeze. All have wounded. That's AP -4. Power armor.
Yep.
So it's -1 damage. So each does D6 damage.
Yeah. Just thinking, do I try and save them one at a time on
okay.
him? Let's do it one at a time. So he'll need a 6 up.
He's 6 up.
Which I don't get.
Doesn't get.
So
Is that a roll of a 1?
Nah.
No. Okay.
So he's going to be.
So it's D6 damage for him.
Damage.
-1 damage because of disgusting and resilient.
So,
so that's 1 damage.
oh, so he's still alive. So
still alive.
Take the next.
And
save
then the
on
next
him again.
damage.
I'll do the next save on him for a 6, which I failed.
No.
Oh,
So-
1 though, so I just took a mortal wound.
So you take a he's gone.
Yeah,
And
he's
mortal
gone.
wounds pass over.
Yeah, that he'll just be gone then because that's
Yep.
1.
That's fine. So the saving throw that he made failed anyway. So
Yeah,
that's
so then you
that's
roll.
2 dice I've done so far. Now it's the last one.
You didn't roll for damage on the last
Oh,
one.
I didn't. No, I didn't do that yet. So D6. It's 1 again.
Okay, so that's just 1 damage.
So 1 damage, and that's it. That's a bit disappointing there from the multi-melter. Now the las cannon hitting against the plague crawler, hitting on 4, which is a hit. Strength 9.
You need 5 for him because he's in the admech.
Good point. Yes, I did roll a 4, so I will re-roll.
But you re-roll.
That's a failed as well. Well done for spotting that. That is -1.
I think you've got one more roll on here.
1 more roll.
Yeah, because you had 3 multi-motors that went through.
Oh, okay.
You've only done.
Yes. Okay.
2.
So D6 damage.
I've got yeah. 'Cause I can't
4
do it.
-1 for disgusting
So
and
he's
resilient.
just gone.
So he's just gone. Okay. So that's that resolved there. Next up is rinse and repeat over here with the Demolisher Cannon.
Yeah, re-roll and take it.
Okay, so we just spoke off camera. This Lehman Russ in the centre, in the middle, is going to be hitting on 3s with the Demolisher Cannon. Maximum blast because there's 12 models left. And the heavy bolters are going to go into them secondary. And then the las cannon is going to go into the Plague Burst Crawler. So I have 12 dice here, hitting on 3s. I did move, so 1s and 2s are misses.
Oh yeah, you've not got.
Yeah, I don't have the re-roll now. 2s to wound. They've all wounded, that's AP -3, so 6 wounds. So first one is D6 damage, is 3 damage on one of the Poxwalkers.
Dead.
That's dead, that's the one there. 5th one is 6 damage. It's been absolutely a valiant attempt.
Quite high though, but yeah, dead.
But dead. Next one is 4 damage.
Dead.
It's dead. 4th one there, 4 damage.
Dead.
Dead. 5th one, 2 damage.
Just rolled way too many dice. Oh, I'll re-roll that.
Yeah, re-roll that. Yep.
2 6s though. Dead.
And then the last one is 4 damage.
Dead.
They're dead. Okay,
How many
so
is that?
6
6
have
total?
died. They've just literally been splattered by a Demolisher shell.
Again.
Next up is the heavy bolters,
5 models left in the squad.
hitting on 3s because of the stratagem.
Yeah.
3 have hit their mark. Toughness.
4.
Toughness 4, strength 5, so 3 is a wound.
Yep.
AP -1, 2 damage a time, so 2 at a time.
Dead.
Dead, and another one is dead. Okay, so another 2 Poxwalkers have been destroyed. Next up is the las cannon hitting at the Plague Burst Crawler, hitting on a 5+. 1 and...
You haven't used a command.
I haven't used a command reroll yet. I'm quite tempted to. I'm going to call upon a Patreon. Ben Wydern, a Cadian Patreon, tier 2.
Hitting on 5s because of the cover.
Hitting on 5s. No! Unlucky, Ben. Okay, many thanks indeed for your support. Okay, the veteran squad is going to shoot its las guns at first rank fire, second rank fire into the large plague, what they call poxwalkers. And then the 3 melter guns will have the privilege of killing the poxwalkers. I'm going to take the risk.
You're not going to get your objective otherwise.
So I'm going to do the melters last. Let's do the las guns first. Okay. Hitting on 4s is a -1 for the psychic power. Hitting on 4s. These are marksmen. They have been in many a campaign.
Ooh,
they are veterans. And they're pretty good actually. I know you're toughness 4.
Yeah.
So it is 5 to wound with las guns. That's pretty not bad. 3 saves of nothing.
6 ups.
So 6 ups to ignore. So 3 have died. They're mindless. They don't care about morale. They are poxwalkers after all. Now I'm going to call upon some Patreons. We have these 3 patrons. So we're going to go for Geith Alexander with the first melter. A 2+. Yes, well done. Thank you, Geith. Anthony Leach, 2+. Yes, thank you, comrade. And his son, Harrison Leach. Yes.
Ooh, like father, like son.
Father, like son. Good shooting. So thank you, comrade. So I'm going to do these again.
Strength 8.
Geith, strength 8, toughness 4. 2s to wound. That's a successful wound.
So you don't get any ones.
And Anthony Leach, 2s to wound. Yes. Oh. And a 2+.
No
Harrison, 3. Now the damage. Yeah. So I'm not within 6 because I'm within D6 +2.
Okay.
But it's just D6 damage.
Okay.
So this is Mr. Alexander.
There we go.
3 damage.
3 6s. No. 1 dead.
Okay, 1 dead. Thank you, comrade. Anthony Leach damage output is 5.
No, can't beat that. Dead.
Dead.
There we go.
And Harrison Leach. Anthony Leach's son. 1 damage. You need a single 6+.
Single 6 and the squad survives.
2. Do you want to spend a command reroll?
No, not for a 6.
Increase the intensity.
Yeah,
No?
Shall I?
You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do
okay.
it. If I keep the squad alive.
1 in 6 chance.
Might as well. This is the last
Come
shot.
on. A 4. No, okay. No. Mission accomplished there from the guardsman. Well done. Thank you, comrades, for helping me out. And, of course, for supporting the channel. So, next up is the Lasgun Array. Now, this is the Chimera's ballistic skill, not the crew. So, hitting on 4s. I'm declaring all my shots into the Plague Marines. Okay. Hitting on 4s. Okay. That's way above average. And 5s to wound. Oh, toughness?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5. No wounds. They are las guns after all. Next up is the multi-laser, hitting on 4s. They've all hit their mark. Strength 6, toughness 5, 3s to wound. They've all wounded as well. No AP. So 3s to save.
I'm going to take the saves on... I'm within 3 inches of the terrain,
Yeah, you are behind 1 inch behind the terrain, so you will get that benefit. But if you roll a 1, it's a mortal wound.
I'll take it.
He's going to take it.
So...
It does take a mortal wound, and
that failed one. So
and that failed one. So
dead.
He's dead.
I've got to take it on. Got to take it on him.
Okay. And next up is the heavy bolter. We could do this here. No, I don't think we can actually, because it's -1 damage. What a shame. Unless it's you roll 1s, it'd be quite interesting. Yeah. So heavy bolter, hitting on 4s. Not going to do it. So that's a wound though. AP -1 +1.
I'm taking on this one, so he's out. He's going to be out of range.
So 4+. No, so it's 1 damage because of disgustingly resilient. It would have been 2 damage. So that's that there. That is the end of the shooting phase for the Astra Militarum. Pretty successful. Destroyed the Poxwalkers. Mission accomplished there. Unfortunately, we didn't get the attrition points there. Dan, I forgot to mention, he did score 2 victory points.
Yeah, for Bring It Down.
For Bring It Down, that was obviously against the Leon Russ as a secondary objective. So the Deathguard are winning 2-0 at the...
Got to do morale.
So morale phase, yes. You've lost 3 models.
So I need to get 5.
5, 3, they're fine. Okay. So morale holds there. So that's the end of the shooting phase. There's no charges.
No.
I don't want to charge as well. We are best at defensive posture. So that concludes the battle round. We're going to go straight on to a new battle round. Battle round 2, turn 2 for the Deathguard. Beginning of the command phase for the Deathguard. 6 command points, back up to 7. Right, we've calculated primary objectives for the Deathguard. The Deathguard have successfully secured this objective only, but it brings the score to additional 5 points, making the score 7-0 to the Deathguard. The Deathguard now have completed their command phase. We go straight on to the movement phase now. End of the movement phase for the Deathguard on turn 2. So Dan, what have you done, good sir?
Move the Plague Marines up this side to try and get a charge over here. Poxwalkers shuffled forward to get a charge on the tank. Maybe the Plague Caster will charge the tank as well. Typhus has dropped in behind the enemy lines to potentially maybe drop a smite and maybe another spell and do a 9-inch charge through the wall, as infantry can. And my Death Shroud dropped into that building over there to be 9 inches away from the squad over there with their flamers.
Yes, we may have to play some stratagems to protect our assets, to defend ourselves, to defend this planet against the threat of chaos. So, that is the end of the movement phase for the Deathguard. We're going to go straight onto the psychic phase now for the Deathguard. On turn 2. Right, it's playing the Miasma of Pestilence on the Poxwalker squad.
Poxwalkers, I need to keep them alive.
Warp charge of 9, that should do it. Well done. I cannot deny I do not have any
and then
psychics.
he'll do a smite onto this tank.
Okay.
10.
That's a 10. And guess what? Do your D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. I'm going to double check. Does it apply to infantry or does it apply to Cadian units in general? I could ignore it. Fine. 2 sponsons for that 6-inch bubble. It says Cadian units, so it doesn't just apply to infantry. It's just Cadian units in general. It does have the Cadian keyword because we are Cadians after all. That is the theme of the channel. Cadia stands before the Emperor. 5s to ignore damage thanks to the Warlord trait. Boxcars ignores the damage. Cadia stands. Typhus is going to smite the Chimera, not the Leman because it's out of line of sight. So he's going to smite the Chimera.
2d6.
And that is a 3, needing a warp charge of 6 because of the previous smite.
He can't. His other spell was doubled up with him, so he can't do the other spell.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Thanks to that Warlord trait. Very, very handy indeed. Cadia does stand. These guys are stubborn as anything. So that is the end of the psychic phase. I'm going to go straight onto the shooting phase on turn 2 for the Deathguard. Right. I spent 2 command points here. So I've gone for... that's the wrong stratagem. I'll just chuck that out of the way. Take cover for them. And I'm going to do Cadia stands for additional command point. So I've been selected as a target for take cover. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to be in cover to activate that stratagem. It just says you just take cover. So that's what it says on the thing. Probably you can use your imagination how they would take cover. Probably dead corpses from Poxwalkers, but they dare not touch the Poxwalkers because they'll be poxified anyway. And then then you've got Cadia stands and for the Emperor type of morale. So I'm going to apply it to them. So 1s and 2s for wounding is ignored, but damage characteristic of 1 for weapons profile, I add 1 to the saving throws again. So that is a 3+ saving throw because of flak armor. So do your worst. So 4d6 auto hits. So that there is 9. That there is 17 automatic hits. Okay, 17.
Strength 3.
Strength 3, toughness 3, force to wound.
Rerolling the ones.
Rerolling ones because it's a plague weapon.
Oh, it's not great.
There's 2 2s there. I think.
They're not rerollable.
Oh, they're not rerollable.
Only ones. So
okay.
wounding on 4s.
Wounding on 4s. Okay. How many is that?
It is 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 saves.
Normally be a 5+, but we have a 3+ because Arcadia stands, because it's damage 1 profile, and furthermore, take cover. Arcadia stands, 3 pluses. We only lose 2 models. So we're going to take off 2 anonymous veteran guardsmen. Guardsman first class, so we're going to lose him, anonymous guardsman, fill his place, comrades, on the Patreon page, and another anonymous guardsman. This guardsman was used in the painting tutorial as well. It's removed as a casualty. Plague Burst Crawler has selected to target, concentrate maximum firepower against Maxfield Knuckles' Lehman Russ. He's gone for that one, I suppose, because of the multi-melters. They are deadly. The other thing that he's done, he's spent a single command point for disgusting force. So rinse and repeat from the damage.
I'll do the mortar first.
Mortar first. Number of shots is 4.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. Okay. He's hit 3 times.
Wounded on 4s.
4s. 1 wound only.
AP -2.
AP -2. A 4+ save. That's a 6. For the Emperor.
And a 4 up mortal wound on this one.
Yes,
that's
okay.
6.
It's down to 10.
1 mortal wound.
Is it a successful wound or is it just a wound in general?
I've just got a hit.
You just got to hit the target. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. It's down to 10.
You will get a 6 up, feel no pain on that from your Warlord trait.
Yes, because of the Warlord trait. Thank you very much for that. Yes, I need to get a dice. No, of course I do. So 5s, I ignore damage. Because it is a result of a mortal wound. And I ignore it again. Fantastic. So it's back up to 11. Thank you for reminding me, Dan.
The 2 side guns on the tank at the back.
Okay, 2 side guns, hitting on 3s. He's missed with 1. He's thinking about using a CP.
Yeah, CP reroll that.
Okay, it's down to 5 command points. I've only got 2 command points left.
Hitting on the 3.
Hitting on the 3+, that's a 4, okay.
Wounded on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Okay. 1, rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. Ah, no.
This could be it. So AP -4.
AP -4.
6 ups.
6 ups. I will call upon patrons here. This is a vital roll. Right, I have 2 patrons here. Dean Lighton first. That's AP- of 4. So I need a 6 up save.
Yeah, you do.
6 up save because it's a 2+ armor save now for Lehman Russes. Oh, it's a 5. Ah, if it was AP -3, it was not to be. Okay, now Winston. Do your damage first to get things done.
D3 +3.
D3 +3. That's 5 damage. Okay, we will survive, but will Winston Adkins get this 6+ save? Yes! Well done, Winston. Hero. He's lost his tank.
Did you want to? Oh, we can't now. You've already done it.
He's lost his tank.
Yeah.
But guess what? He saved his comrade. That's what the Cadians are all about.
Yeah.
Everybody stands. Heavy sluggers. Oh, missed with 3.
Wounded on 5s.
Nothing. It's bounced.
And bolt pistol is 12-inch range.
I've yet to put the wound roll on him. I'll do that quickly. Pistol.
Misses.
Misses. Ballistic skill 3+. Bolt guns.
24-inch range.
You count as stationary, don't you?
Yeah.
So you get 2 shots, count as rapid firing. Right, the bolt guns are going to be shooting into the Chimera. So hitting on 3s. It's pretty realistic. It's right in front of the target.
Wounded on 5s, I'm guessing.
On 5s, yeah, toughness of 7.
So 2 saves.
2 saves.
AP.
AP dash. 3s to save. We save both.
Okay, that's
Still on
it.
10 wounds.
That's all my shooting done.
All your shooting done. Now it is the charge phase here.
Correct.
So it is time to
charge with these guys first because that's the most important one to get into combat with.
Okay. I'm going to.
Overwatch.
I don't think I'm going to. I'm really tempted to shoot them. Is it your? What's your minus to hit? Is it -1?
-1, so you'll be hitting. It'll still be 6s.
Still be 6s.
You've got 1 CP left that you're gonna probably want to put on.
It's a maximum of 6, isn't it? I'm not going to do it. No. Okay. Do it. So you're
7 inches.
So 7 inches. Yeah. They make it. Because I want to try and save my CP as best I can. It would have been 6s to hit. I was tempted to do it if it was 5s, because I was going to do the stratagem where you get +1 to the hit rolls in Overwatch. That's defensive gunners. Unfortunately,
yeah,
it's
not
not to
CP,
be, and it's -1 to hit. There's no point. So that's that there. Next up is who else is next?
We will do those guys in there to the squad, and I think I should be 9 inches away.
Okay, I've made my decision over here. I will Overwatch with this squad to keep them alive. If I lose them, that's a valuable asset gone. I have to Overwatch. 3 melter guns for the Emperor. 1 gets through, and I will call upon a patron here. Apologise, Jesse. I didn't. I picked the. I picked his character template here, but I didn't use the dice. So Jesse Patton will have this honour. A fellow Cadian member of the army group. Rolling to wound, Jesse. A 3+, a command reroll on standby. Yes. And that is AP minus...
4 up in Van.
4 up in Van. No.
I'll CP reroll that.
Okay, a 50-50.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, that's a 2. But it was off table, so I'll let him have another chance.
What a gentleman.
Oh!
He regrets his decision.
I regret my decision now. Hitting on 6s. Las guns. 1 hit. 5s. Nothing. Okay. A 9-inch charge. That's an 8, and you've already spent your command reroll.
But not on the...
But not on them. Oh, so that's, I thought it was over there. That was
yeah,
your charge.
that is. I'm just going on to my next charge.
Oh, he just ignored it. Okay.
This is an 8.
I was like, what is going on? The warp is having a mysterious effect here.
I don't dwell on
the
my failures for long.
That's right. Chaos don't care.
So yeah.
No overwatching, so you get to do your shooting.
8.
So 8,
that's
that's a failed charge again.
Over there.
Okay, Typhus. He needs a 9.
Yeah, because it's still
Finagle. And that's a 4.
It's a fail.
Fail. Dear. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Cadian's like, is that all you got?
All the
Get off our planet.
All the charges have failed.
So the charge phase has been not that good, actually. Only the Poxwalkers have made it.
Yep.
So that concludes the charge phase. We're going to go straight on to the close combat phase now for the Deathguard. Okay, the Poxwalkers have piled in. I checked the rules for the Cadian Warlord trait that he has. It only applies to the psychic phase when dealing mortal wounds, not in general for mortal wounds. So it's down to 10 wounds, not 11. Okay, this is quite disgusting here. You spent some CP here. What have you done, Dan?
I popped Mutant Strain, so 6 is a mortal wounds in addition. And I've popped the Raffle Dead, which is reroll all to hits.
Oh.
So we're fishing for mortal wounds here.
Oh, disgusting. Oh.
40 dice.
The stench.
My hands are almost...
So, hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s.
Yes. Okay, that's a lot of dice.
No! Didn't need the reroll.
No! He rolled 10 6s for his mortal wounds. Is there minimum, maximum mortal wounds? Is it just
no,
says 6s?
there's no minimum, but 1s kill me, so...
But you re-roll those ones.
I can re-roll the ones.
Re-roll the ones.
I might as well.
Yeah, just do the ones at the moment to save time. That's weird. Okay.
So 2
two of
died.
your Poxwalkers are dead. Okay, but the vehicle is destroyed, and that there is Marshal Cummings' Lehman Russ tank. What a hero! But died by just the tank just rotting, and the crew are rotted inside as well, and have become poxwalkers themselves. Oh, it is the 41st millennium, and it is a horrible, horrible way to die. So we take off this. Does it explode? On a roll of a 6. It does detonate. Ooh. So I am within 3 inches here. So D3 mortal wounds on my own veteran squad. 2 veterans have gone.
How much on me?
So I'm going to take off 2 anonymous guardsmen. That's a shame. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put him back and take him off. Okay. Next up is D3 mortal wounds on the warlord. 2. He's half dead. Okay. He's down to 2. And then next up is D3 mortal wounds on the Lehman Russ battle tank. Oh, that's bad. I didn't need that. Oh. I'm down to 4 wounds.
And I think my boys.
I think that's bracketed as well. Okay. Now D3 mortal wounds against your poxwalkers. Come on, get high. 3. Okay. So that's 2 wounds because it's D3. No, so 2 more poxwalkers are gone. Okay, that's good. Now your character on a 5 or a 6 is a good result. Yep. We could get attrition. No, only 1.
And then a 5 up.
5 to ignore, and it does ignore it as well. Okay, so this is removed from play, and this is Marshal Cummings' Lehman Russ. Thank you, Marshal Cummings, for your support on the Patreon page, but you have been removed as a casualty. Very cheeky move here from the Poxwalkers. They have destroyed a unit, and they have to go to the nearest enemy unit, and they are in close contact with the enemy. So I do get to attack you.
Yeah, you can.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pile in and attack you back. May as well fix bayonets and charge. So I will do that, and I will get my attacks because it's within an inch of the models that are engaged in close combat. And I will perform a heroic intervention. I may as well.
Yep, love attack.
To get some extra attacks. Okay. Okay, -1 to hit. So it's normally hitting on 3s, but it's 4s to hit. This is a power sword. 1 hit. I will not spend any other CP for that.
Got no CP.
I've got 1 left, but I'm not going to spend it. Next up is a 4 to wound, because power sword is +1 to strength.
Yep,
so 4s to cut down, which does not, unfortunately. Now the guardsmen here. So they'll be hitting on 5s because they're weapon skill 4+, not 3+. Sergeant Comiskey hitting on 5s, 2 hits. 5 to wound, chainsword. 1 wound, 7+ save, kills 1 unless it's disgustingly resilient, which it isn't. It's been cut in half by the chainsword. Next up is the guardsman, 5 attacks. Just going to go over here. Hitting on 5s because they are weapon skill 4+, -1 to hit. Only 2, and 5 to wound, strength 3, bayonet, nothing. Okay, no damage. That is the end of the close combats. Yep. Morale, leadership is 8 for veterans. 2, perfect, they hold. That's good. That's good news indeed. So I'll take away those 2 casualties that are just over there. That is it. So that is the end of the turn 2 for the Deathguard. We can go straight on to the command phase now for the Astra Militarum. The command phase, 1 CP, back up to 2 command points. Still on the command phase, the Astra Militarum have done pretty well when it comes to primary objectives. So we've scored within 3 inches of this objective here, within 3 inches of this objective here, but just a whisker away from this objective here. So the Chimera has failed to get to the full house there for the 15 points. But nonetheless, we've still got 10 victory points. That brings the score now to the Astra Militarum 10, and Deathguard they've got 7 points. Actually, no, they've scored 9 because they scored another vehicle they've destroyed. So it's 10-9 the score. Very tight game here for an incursion mission. We're going to continue on now, onto the movement phase for the Astra Militarum. Right, just to clarify, I have made a mistake with the shooting for the Legion Rust. A bit of a disclaimer, but Dan has very kindly allowed to happen. Not intentional, completely forgot. I moved my Legion Rust as 10, didn't I? Correct. And I did grind advance at the full 12 shots. It should have been 6 only. So I'm going to remember that from now on, hopefully, and try and rectify that for the rest of the game. Apologies, it's long past, way past the play that we done earlier on. But we carry on, nonetheless. Yep. But Dan's a good man, and he's let me off and stuff in the past. And I've let him off of stuff as well. Especially that dice roll that almost went off the table. So a little bit of chink in the armour there. Yeah. So there you go. So that's that clarified there. Next up is the conclusion of the movement phase. I was thinking of moving the Legion Rust, but I'm not going to actually, because
you want to do 2d6 shots.
Yeah, I would have been 2d. Well, it would have been 1d6 for Overwatch and that kind of thing. So, going to keep the Legion Rust as it is, re-rolling those ones, and not only that, it is bracketed as well when it comes to the damage output. So the movement there hasn't moved. The Chimera has moved, dropped off the second veteran squad to try and neutralise that threat over there, and furthermore. Actually, I could shoot at the character, couldn't I? Because there's 3 models there. So yeah, could kill the character there with the plasma weaponry. So next up is the Cadian veteran squad. They moved out 6 inches from close combat, as well as the commander. I was going to embark them in the Chimera, but I can't because obviously they pulled out of close combat and they cannot advance after pulling out of close combat. But nonetheless, they pulled out. And he's probably going to issue an order to them to get back in the fight, which means they act as normal.
Can he do orders when they fall
Yes, he can, yeah. He can issue orders even in the face of his foe in close combat. Okay. Orders are there to be obeyed without question in the army group, lad. So, and the good news is that his relic is a 72-inch Voxcaster. So long as I'm within 3 inches of a Voxcaster, which is right next to him, you can issue an order way over to there, which is very, very tactical there. So the next thing here is, I think that's it. So that's all the units deployed, and not deployed, moved, everything like that. I'm going to go straight on to the shooting phase now and orders. The orders are, get back in the fight to this infantry squad, this veteran squad. Then over here, I'm going to do bring it down, meaning I re-roll failed wound rolls of a 1. Right, the squad here, I want to try and kill that Psyker. So I'm going to do the las guns first at rapid fire.
Well, so did all of your shots into
I'm going to do everything into him because the screen is gone.
Yep.
Okay, if I don't kill that character, I could be in trouble. So I'm going to do 12 shots with the las guns, hitting on 3s. Take away those 1s. Okay.
Hitting on 3s.
Yeah, and now 5s to wound. But I re-rolled my 1s to wound because of bring it down, which pays off because there's 3 1s. Which definitely pays off. That's 3 saves of 3+. Okay.
I'm gonna, because I'm by the cover, 2 up.
Okay.
1's a mortal wounds.
1's a mortal wounds.
Pays off.
Okay, pays off. Now plasma. I'm not going to supercharge because his toughness 5 and it's -1 damage anyway, and I don't want to die from overheating. So just normal rapid fire shooting, hitting on 3s. So 3 I've missed, which is a shame. Now 3s to wound, strength 7, toughness 5, but rerolling 1s. Oh, they're all wounded. That's AP -3.
So it's be 6 down to be a Yeah, 5 because of the extra bit armour. Oh,
okay, 2 wounds have been taken.
And then an extra.
And an extra one because of the mortal wound. Yes, okay. So he takes 3
wounds. 4, so I think that leaves me on 1.
Okay. I could have spent a stratagem for within half range, within AP -4 for the shots. Yeah. Not too... That's a bit of a shame there, but I wanted to save that stratagem for over here because that Terminator unit is a threat.
Range.
Yeah, the Chimera, range 36. Try and shoot that Psyker. He has no screen.
Oh, he's not a Psyker, he's just a normal guy.
Oh, he's just a normal guy. Who's the Psyker?
This one.
Oh, right. Okay, but that's protected with a screen.
He's Psyker.
So he's a Psyker as well. But I want to kill some characters.
Yeah,
so
attrition.
Get attrition. So unload the firepower. So multi-laser.
So every gun into him, is it? Or... It's got 1 wound left.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Chimera hitting. Is this the multi-laser?
Hit on 4s, is it?
4s. 2 have hit. Strength 6. 3s. No! Told ya. Heavy bolter. 1 hit. Ooh. Toughness 5. 4 to wound. Patron time!
Yeah.
CJ Velasco. A 4 to wound.
Oh.
No!
Do you want to use a CP?
No, I'm not going to use a CP.
You need the strats.
I know. I need to keep those stratagem points there. Not to worry. That's the Chimera done there. Next up is the Demolisher. Right, selecting my targets. I'm going to allow the veterans to try and bring them down as quickly as we can. So I'm going to do the multi-melters over to the Plague Marines, try and kill them. And then the Demolisher Cannon is going to go into what they call Death Shroud Terminators. And then the Las Cannon is going to try and shoot into the Plague Crawler over there. Right, the last Patreon, Marcus Fraze, the first Patreon. Going to fire his Las Cannon. He's going to need a 6, unfortunately. Now, I will spend a CP to do fire and reload. So that brings my command tally to 1, meaning if I roll a 6, I get an additional automatic hit. Okay. So here we go. A 6 will be perfect for the Emperor Marcus Las Cannon to be. No! And 1 in 6 chance. No, I'm not going to do that. 1 in 5, however many sides of the dice there are. Next up is over here. Now 2d6 shots. This is how it's done with Grind Advance. It is 2d6 shots. Okay, I do have a command reroll on standby. Okay, 7. That's perfectly statistical, actually. Okay, 7 shots. I do need 5s to hit though.
Yep.
But 6s are automatic hits, generates more hits. Oh, that's appalling! But thank the Emperor, I reroll 1s.
And that's an extra, did you say? 4? Oh, that's 7.
Yeah, that's 7. Yeah, I completely missed.
Yeah, that was not one of them.
Come on. Okay, we've got 3 hits. Yep. Okay. Strength 10.
Toughness 5s.
2s to wound. All wounded. AP -3.
So 4 up in Vuns.
4 up in Vuns. And he's saved all of them. That's not good.
That's Papa Nurgle.
Okay, that's Papa Nurgle for you.
Multi-melters.
Multi-melters, yes. 4 shots, hitting on 5s. Rerolling nothing.
But you get an extra shot for the 6.
Yes, fire and reload. Oh no, only for blast weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. Strength is 8, toughness 5, 3s to wound.
This is why Cadia fell.
Oh yeah, Cadia fell because of the dice. Ah, no.
Okay, so shot.
Shot. Las Cannon shot. Now it's the Chimera and the Veteran Squad over here. Las Guns are going to go into them, and the Melters are going to go into those Terminators. Now the 3 Melters. So we have. Who is that? Shea Straits Belter Gun. A 3-2. Actually, I'm going to spend my last command point. My very last command point to do Vengeance for Cadia.
Okay.
3 to hit, re-rolling. No. This is why I spent the stratagem. Come on, Shay. Yes, he's got his hit. Okay. Next up is Ray Cross. 3 to hit. Re-rolling, thankfully. Vengeance for Cadia. Yes, that's full facing. 4. And the next one is George Whitehall. He normally represents himself as a warrant officer, but he's a guardsman, specialist guardsman today. That's a 4.
Yep.
Okay. Now Shay Straits, rolling to wound. 3. Re-rolling, thankfully, because of Vengeance for Cadia. Yes, AP -4. Next up is Raycross. He's failed to wound, but Vengeance for Cadia. Yes. And George Whitehall, 3 to wound. Failed again. It's a good job I spent that stratagem.
100%.
So 3 to wound. Yes, full house. AP -4.
4 up in buttons. Oh.
2 have not made it.
Do I?
Not
CP.
within Armour Bane, thankfully for him.
I'm going to CP reroll 1.
Going to CP reroll 1. And he does not.
So 2 go through.
Okay, so on a 1 or a 2, it's Shay Straight that has failed to do damage. 3 or 4, it's George Whitehall. 5 or 6, it's Ray Cross. Okay, it's Ray Cross that has failed to do the target there. So, this is Shay Straight's damage. It's just a d6, but -1 damage for Deathguard. 3 wounds to get through. Is there 3 wounds each?
Yep.
3, that would be 2.
That is the only kill.
I spent all my command points. Oh no! Only 1 dies.
Yep.
Ah.
Who's going?
Who's gonna go?
Who's he? He's going.
Okay, he's gone. That's it. That's nothing I can do because it's that -1 damage. That would have been 2 Terminators killed, but it was not to be. Never mind. Next up is the las guns into the boxwalkers. 5 shots hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 4s.
4s because -1. But I re-roll because of Vengeance for Cadia. 3 hit their mark.
3 on 5s.
2 wounds, rerolling 1, rerolling to wound. So 2 wounds.
6 up.
2 6s saves, 1 saved. And now the plasma pistol. No, you can't because he's disembarked from close combat because he should have ordered over to there.
Yep.
The Chimera is next. We're going to shoot into the Poxwalkers, and the Heavy Bolter is going to do the same. So the Heavy Bolter, 1 hit, no wound, and the Multi-Laser, 2 hits, 2 wounds, strength 6, no AP, another 1 brought down, mindless, they don't care. That is the end of the
end of
shooting phase there for the Astra Militarum. Charges to declare. We are not going to charge.
Okay.
Actually, do you know what? We're gonna have to charge.
I've got 3 wounds.
Yeah, because I need to kill those Marines to get points. So I will charge, but I'm going to make sure I conga line. So that I will not move away from that objective.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Are you going to Overwatch?
No.
No? Okay. So 2d6
Yep.
should be in range. That's an 8-inch charge. They make it into there. And make sure they are within 3 inches of that objective. Fix bayonets! Charge! Right. We have 12 attacks hitting on 4s. Very respectable, I have to say. And then 5s to wound. That could do it if you do a terrible dice roll.
Ooh.
Which you do. Kills a Marine.
Yeah, he had 1 left.
And he had 1 left.
So the champion's left with 1 wound.
The champion is alive with 1 wound remaining. We had to charge. Cadia is desperate at this time. So
I'm going to heroic.
it's going to be heroic intervene as well over there because we wouldn't be able to Overwatch. So we may as well just do some damage back. So your attacks first. Who's attacking?
We'll do these attacks here. So
hitting on 3s.
1.
One.
Wounded on 2s.
Wounded on 2s because toughness 2.
1 wound.
One
AP
wound.
-1.
AP -1. 6 plus save. No, I lose a guardsman. 1 guardsman dead. Right, rolling those dice.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s because I'm toughness 2.
Rerolling 1s.
Reroll 1s because it's a plague weapon.
So that's 3 saves.
3 saves. AP minus
1.
AP -1. 6 to save. Saved 1. Another guardsman dead. So that's morale of 3. Right, leadership is 8. 2, which is perfect. They're fine. Morale is good. They hold. So that should have been a 3.
They've not lost enough this turn, and they've not lost enough this turn.
Okay, that's it then. So they're mindless. They don't care. They're poxwalkers. And that is the end of the battle round.
Yep.
So we're going to go on to battle round 3, turn 3 for the Deathguard. Guard, battle round 3, 2 command points, back up to 3 for the command phase. Right, the score is pretty healthy here for the Deathguard.
I'm a turn ahead of you.
Yeah, you're a turn ahead of me, but it's 21 points for the Deathguard. Yeah. So if they continue with the damage, the Imperial Guard will probably lose this fight, but nonetheless we will fight on nonetheless.
Yeah.
So 21 points to 10 for the Deathguard. So they're winning at the moment, but they have a turn in hand. But we must repulse this attack. So we're going to continue on. What's going on here?
I'm going to try and bring some Poxwalkers back to life.
In the command phase.
Yeah,
okay,
command
then.
phase. So 3 ups, I bring Poxwalkers back to life.
And
so that's 4 Poxwalkers.
4 Poxwalkers have just reanimated themselves into their slithery ways and have reanimated. That is the end of the command phase. We're going to go straight on to the movement phase now for the Deathguard. Just another thing before we continue on the movement phase. What's it called again?
Host of the Destroyer Hive. So Typhus on a 2+,
Yeah.
can do D3 mortal wounds to a unit within 6. So this would be him.
There we go.
Fail.
I failed. Okay.
So he's just going to move there to make a charge.
Okay, that's it. So that was that ability there. Failed there from Typhus. Now we're going to go on to the movement phase. Right, it's the end of the movement phase for the Deathguard on turn 3. Dan, what have you done? My enemy.
Move the Poxwalkers closer to charge the infantry over there. Deathshroud have come out to charge the tank here. Typhus has come out to charge that tank. And
yeah, he's
that's
around.
it.
Yeah, there he is. Typhus, the old arch enemy of Cadian.
Yep.
And over here, an ongoing melee is over there. So that's the end of the movement phase. Straight onto the psychic phase now for the Deathguard on turn 3. It's going to do smite. Warp charge 5. Goes off in a 7. Nothing I can do. D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. Chimeras down to 9 wounds. What's this next psychic power?
Miasma of Pestilence.
Miasma of Pestilence upon himself.
Yep, on a 6.
That goes off on a 7. The number of Nurgle out of all numbers. Nice.
He's going to do +1 strength, +1 toughness on... That's toughness 8, isn't it?
Yes.
So he's going to put that onto the Death Shroud.
Oh dear. And that goes off on an 8.
Yep.
Ouch.
Don't know where I put it.
Okay, that's that power gone off there.
And then he's going to do smite, and I think what's going to be closest to the squad over there?
Nearest visible enemy unit, and technically you can see the veteran squad.
Yeah, so we'll try and do that. Which will be a 6 now.
No, it does not go off. No. Okay. Anything else?
He's got his pestilent fallout ability though. Is that when I successfully cast a spell within 12.
Successfully cast?
Yeah.
Oh, within 12. Okay.
So that one, when that one went off.
Okay.
That should do 1 mortal wound.
Is that psychic power?
Yeah.
So on a 5+ I can knock the Warlord trait.
I'm not sure if I do it automatically. If I've got to roll a dice.
You do it automatically?
Yeah, when you get a 7 or more, and I've got an 8. So
okay.
he'd take 1 more.
So 1 mortal wound, but on a 5+, I ignore because of the Warlord trait.
Yep. Okay.
Which he does not. He's down to 1 wound remaining. He's gravely wounded, the commander here. So valiant there to try and stop that psychic attack.
Okay, so let's do shooting. Let's shoot.
Oh, we're going to go straight on to shooting.
Yeah.
So that concludes the psychic phase.
Yep.
We're going to power through straight on to shooting phase.
Shooting play burst the gauntlets onto this
Yep.
tank. So D3 shots. Sorry, 3d6 shots.
3d6 shots.
Seven,
Seven
nine.
shots. Number of Nurgle again.
That's not.
So
Okay.
6 is to wound.
One's
One's a save.
so one save, which is 2 up.
Save. Well done.
Let's do the side guns on that, the mortar on that.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll do popper strap for the 3 damage again
Oh
on the mortar.
no, this thing is a killer.
That's on this over here, so I don't need line of sight.
Okay.
3 shots,
3
I'll
shots.
take that, hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Strength 8, toughness 7, wounding
Yep.
on 3s.
3s to wound.
AP -2.
I think that's going to be unit of the game, that thing there. It's just popping tanks every turn. No.
So 6 damage through onto it.
6 damage, and you did damage to me as well because of the stratagem. So on a 4+, they all receive damage as well.
Ew.
Yes, and I reminded you this time.
Just 1 mortal wound.
Just 1 mortal wound. That's not a psychic attack,
No.
so unfortunately it's just another guardsman gone. Okay.
Side guns onto this one.
Oh, does that apply to the commander?
If it's within, it's not. It's like 3-inch range.
Oh, is it 3-inch range? I thought it was
Yeah,
6
it's
inch.
only 3
I'll just check the ranges here. Not within 3 inches, that squad there, and neither is the commander, so they are safe. But the Chimera has received how many wounds? Is it
6 wounds.
6 wounds. So that's only got 4 wounds left.
And I 1 roll to wound for the side gun.
Yes.
AP -4.
AP -4, 6+ to save. Okay.
And it'll die if he
No
fails.
patrons left. Oh, Defiance again. Yes, it bounces off.
Okay, so heavy slugger.
Heavy sluggers.
Wounding on 5s.
5s, yep.
1 wound. AP -1.
3 up. Saved again.
Doesn't want to go down.
Doesn't want to go down. Maxfield Knuckles is Lehman Ross tank. Defiant.
Bolt pistol. Hits.
Hits. Does wound.
Wounds. AP dash.
Saved.
God,
Bounces off the
roll.
flak armour. 3 6s in a row.
Bolt pistol hits.
Doesn't wound.
Your toughness 2.
Yes, that'd be
I'm
2s to
4,
wound.
so
Yeah.
it's 2
Let's see if
to
we can get another 5 or a 6 again. 4 6s in a row. Cadian stands.
Bolt pistol that way over to those guys. He misses. That's it.
That's
Shooting
it.
Done.
Shooting's done. Now is where
Charges.
the dirty work, literally the dirty work. comes
Typhus
in.
into this one.
No Overwatch capability.
He's in.
Dear, he's in. I'll tuck him in for
Death
you.
Shroud into that one.
Death Shroud Terminators. They are in
7,
7
and then
inches.
those guys into the little.
And yes, they are definitely
Everybody
in.
is
This
in.
is where the game could well be over. He's going to do the attacks into the Chimera. He's going to do the cleave stance of his close combat ability. Hitting on 3s.
So
Okay,
it's
he
4.
missed with 1.
What's your toughness?
Toughness 7 on a Chimera.
So down to 6, and my strength is 7. So wounding on 3s.
Is it just -1 toughness in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So re-rolling 1s.
Reroll 1's play weapon. Yes,
So-
that is a wound. AP -3, I'm presuming?
AP -3.
Okay, 6s to save.
3 damage each.
Save 1, 9 wounds, 9 comes through. Does it explode? No. Chimera is destroyed, and that's another patron. That is Devin Matthews. Your Chimera is destroyed. Thank you, good sir, for your support on the channel. And he moves forward relentlessly into that demolisher tank there. Now the Terminators.
They're going to do the same.
They're going to do exactly the same.
Mode.
Cleave mode. This is getting gruesome. That's another vehicle destroyed, racking up the points here.
9 attacks with these guys. 4.
Yeah.
So 9 attacks hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Okay. Re-rolling 1s.
There's no 1s there. You've only got 3
I'm out of
2s.
range anyway. So what
So
was
you
I
can
saying?
take away those 3 2s there.
Their strength 8.
Toughness is -1.
Because they would be 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 because of the spell is 8, and your toughness 8. 4.
-1 toughness because it's toughness 7, so it's 2s. Yeah.
That'd be 7s because I'm 8 and your toughness. I'm strength 8 and your toughness 7s.
Oh, okay.
So 3s.
So 3s, okay.
We're rolling the 1.
You're on the 1.
So that is
4 wounds.
4 wounds.
AP minus.
3 again, I think. Let me double check. AP minus 3 again.
Okay.
5 up.
5 save. Save none.
2 damage each.
And it's gone. Does it explode? It does not explode. That's Maxfield Knuckles' Lehman Russ Demolisher. Destroyed. Just gone. Like that. Deleted.
I don't think I'll need to pop any strats to kill the... Shall I pop strats to kill the guardsman?
It's up to you.
I've got 2 CP, so...
It's up to
we
you.
We Lehman Russ up, didn't we?
To conclude the game, most likely.
Let's do it, boom.
Yeah, okay.
We roll all to hits.
Yeah.
1's a mortal wounds.
Alright.
How many Poxwalkers have I got?
You've got 5, 10, 13. Unlucky for some.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Right, rolling to hits.
4's
Four
hit,
hits.
6 is a mortal wounds.
Oh dear. 3 mortal wounds.
We roll all to hits because I've popped the strats
Oh
again.
no. Okay, so 3 mortal wounds are coming through.
Oh, hang on, you've got the captain there as well, haven't you?
I do, but it's not a psychic attack. It's a melee attack.
No, but yeah, I need to allocate some hits into him.
Okay.
Just allocate them into him.
Okay, that's fine. He takes a mortal wound. The warlord is dead.
And only 1 hit. How many wounds did he have? He have 2 left though.
No, there's 1 left. He's gravely wounded. He's dead. He's gone.
Okay.
Oh no, that's Tyler Griselli. Captain Tyler Griselli fought gallantly, but it was not enough to stop the tide of Nurgle.
And then strength 3. And
Strength 3, toughness 2, so 3s. Okay. So I've taken 3 mortal wounds. How many saves is that?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 saves.
9 saves
of AP dash.
of AP dash.
Yep, so you took 3 mortal wounds.
Okay. A sad way to die. They're gone. Yeah, they're gone. They're literally destroyed. Ah.
And then you've joined my ranks.
I've joined your ranks.
So everybody I've killed.
So you have killed. You've killed 6. And actually, you killed the captain as well, so he becomes a Poxwalker. Oh no! So 7 Poxwalkers come back.
You do one of those.
Let's do a shout out to these guardsmen. So Anonymous, fill in your place at patreon.com/JPWargamer87. Tier 3 level. Samuel Rice, thank you, good sir. Next up is George Whitehall. Thank you, George. Thank you, Shay. Cadian Sergeant Steele. Chris Comiskey. And we have Raycross. Those are gallant patrons that support the channel. But they have died yet again. And the humiliation has only got worse. Because all of these characters have become Poxwalkers. Again.
Yeah.
Say that again. Say that again.
Saying they're my patrons now. Join Nurgle.
And guess what? 7 is the number of Nurgle as well. How horrible. Oh, it's horrible. Okay, we've got one more round of melee to do, which is over here, which we actually go first.
Yep, and I've only got 1 wound on every man.
Right, that's it.
You could get a little bit of revenge.
Let's get a little bit of revenge here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do 4 attacks. Actually, the sergeant will do... Actually, we'll do these 3 first into your character. Okay. And then the rest of the attacks will go into your Plague Marine. So into your character first. Okay. 2 hits. 5s to wound. Nothing. Failed in the objective there. Next up is sergeant and 3 other comrades. 6 attacks in total, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. It's 2 wounds. AP minus 58. I'm joking.
3 ups.
AP minus 0. Oh, and he's saved. Bounced off the armour. Your attack's back. Just to conclude things.
They're all the same. So 3 plus 4. And 6s to wound are going to be mortal wound.
Oh, don't.
Because of him.
Stop it.
I'm going to be doing separate.
No. No.
Should have done that.
You're killing me, guardsman.
Oh, 1 hit.
Oh, it's a mortal wound.
Plus a
Oh,
normal wound.
no.
So that's 1 save of AP -1.
Okay. 1 save. Saved. Okay. Taking a mortal wound. That's it.
2 more saves. That's not a mortal wound. Just 2 saves. AP -1.
Nothing. Okay,
He
first 3.
killed some guys.
So I'm going to have to take off him. Oh, that's Luke Schringel. Gone. And I'm going to have to take off Patrick Darling. Oh no, it's a sad day for Cadia. So that is the end of the turn. Morale is going to be... We'll do morale over here. 1. They hold. Nonetheless, Cadia stands. What a roll. Befitting there. So that's the end of the turn, and it is the end of the game. I have conceded the fact that this sector has been lost, despite the gallantry efforts of the Cadian veterans.
Yeah.
What a debut, what a fight. I mean, it's only a 1,000-point game, but it was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. So, we'll just quickly wrap up this game. So, units of the game for the Deathguard.
Probably the tank, because
Yeah, the tank was just...
he knocked out a tank almost 1 a turn and then
received no damage?
didn't receive any damage back because he was parked in
Yeah.
the Admech terrain.
Yeah.
And he was just out of reach of you. I had the 36-inch and you only had, what, 24?
Yeah, it's that first turn.
You just couldn't get close
Couldn't
enough.
get close enough. I was planning to move close with my tanks and engage the tank, but it was not to be.
The Poxwalkers were too close to you, really, as well.
Yeah, they were
so
too close.
It made the risk of you then getting in combat with them, which you wanted to avoid.
So regular Russes at long range do have their advantage there as well. Now, the units of the game for the Astra Militarum, the Cadian veterans did well, particularly this squad over here. They did very well indeed.
Yeah, they would have.
They did very, very well.
They killed
the Death Shroud, and the Poxwalkers have been annihilated there. But I'm going to give it to Maxfield Knuckles' Lehman Russ tank over here. Just withstood so much punishment, really.
Yeah, he did take a few,
and
quite a few
took a lot of damage over there. So that concludes this game. Special thank you to Dan Underdown for coming down, a member of SSWG, and a good supporter of the channel, a fellow subscriber as well. So do check out, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, JB Wargamer 87. If you want to support me further on the channel, please head over to patreon.com/JB Wargamer 87, or you can support me further on the YouTube channel membership as well. The other thing I've got to point out as well is it's very, very important for, if you're really interested in joining the games on the YouTube channel, please get in contact with me with regards to gaming, because let's just do this. This really, I rely upon volunteers to keep the content flowing on the channel. It's to keep the patrons happy, and it's quite awkward for me whenever there's no games for a couple of weeks. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So I call upon the community on the YouTube channel. If you really want to get involved on Luke's channel as well as mine, do contact me through my social media pages or that of my email address. All the information on how to do that will be in the end credits of this video, or head over to the links in the video description below. Special shout out to all the patrons that are supporting me. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, as well as your patience for the last few weeks that I have been absent, and also to my YouTube members as well. And how to get involved, do check out again the end credits of this video. So there you go, that's another battle report. The conclusion is this sector has yet been lost. The fall of Cadia has really, really taken its toll upon the Cadians. But in defeat, so long as he has his gun, Cadia will stand nonetheless. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy wargaming. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to support this channel freely, please hit the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell button so you won't miss another video, share this video far and wide, and if it's one of your favourite videos, please add it to the favourites section and follow the YouTube channel for more updates. You can also check me out on my other social media networks. You can check out the official page on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. If you want to contribute and support the channel further and want your name mentioned in our battle reports, or just support me in general, there are plenty of ways to do so. Head over to the Etsy store for channel merchandise. If you want to book up a game and participate on the channel, do contact me through my email address or through my social media pages. And if you want your name shouted out on the channel and you want to support me further in making more content, do check me out on Patreon. By becoming a Patreon, you will help support the channel tremendously and you will get to unlock extra features that are only exclusive to Patreon members. These are all the current members that are supporting me right now, and I'd like to thank them all very much for supporting the channel, for Cadians as well as the Ultramarines faction. Rise up to the ranks and win glory for the Emperor. And a big shout out to my YouTube members, as well as super patrons that support me on Patreon and YouTube membership. Tier 4 patron members, as well as YouTube members on my channel, will have access to the Striking Scorpion 82 Discord page. And I would like to also thank the channel sponsors, GoblinGaming, C Studios, Gammat.eu and the Magnet Baron. GoblinGaming have very kindly allowed me to have an affiliation link on the channel. Using the affiliation link when purchasing your items for all your hobby needs helps support the channel. I'm also featured on the Striking Scorpion 82 channel, and I also do a monthly battle report with YouTube membership on his channel as well. Thank you for watching, and happy wargaming!